others
Wait,
in that regard.
you know when the dates are again?
The date is March 29th. I just checked once. March 29th. I've already ordered the items. I think Sam said we normally go through about 1,000 items. About 1,000 items we normally go through. And so that's a lot. And so we need Rotarians on hand to assist with these items, put them on the table, collecting funds, and of course, open art. And it's a family event. So those who have children, you might want to come out, let your children play around, play in the kiddies corner while you assist. Yeah. I think that's good for us. So we'll continue to remind you of that. And then also before I have my seat, take my seat, be reminded of our legacy board. Our legacy board yesterday and tomorrow. Our legacy board is for coaching. That is April the 26th. That's going to be held at British Colonial Hotel. We've already visited the venue, tasted some of the food on Friday. They have a tasting, and they're going to have another one. And so they're here and they're ready. They're ready for us. So this is going to be our major fundraising event. Just like the Red Cross of the Affairs, their fundraising event. The Legacy Ball coming up is going to be our major fundraising event. Tickets are $150. So we're telling you well in advance. Well in advance, put aside another $25 every week. And you'll be able to make it. But this is your contribution back to our efforts. Because we go and we feed people Christmas Day. We have to get the money from somewhere. And that costs almost $10,000 to feed these people every Christmas. And they look forward to it. And Raquel is here. I God bless her soul. She was pregnant when she went out on a Christmas Day feeding. And the child that she was pregnant with, here, if you don't mind me, the child that she was pregnant with years ago, feeding the poor and the needy, that child, Christmas past, was with us feeding the poor and the needy. I think that deserves a clap. That's tremendous. That's the kind of service that we as Rotarians do. So the ball is an extension of that. And so we invite every single Rotarian in the Nassau Club to get at least 2 tickets. At least 2 tickets. You and your guests, bring your mother, bring your brother, bring your husband, bring your wife, whoever you got. Bring them along as support, as giving back. You could bring one of the going. Just keep it far from us. But you know, that's what we need. So we need all the parents' hands on that. And then you might know of people. You may know persons who would like to support this event. They might not be able to come. Some people might want to come, but they would like to make a contribution towards this board, this noteworthy board, this humanitarian board. All right, so we want you to invite those persons to make a contribution. I've been speaking to other Rotarians in other clubs, and we'll continue to reach out to them as well, because we want to invite the Rotary Club of the Bahamas, all the clubs, 10 clubs in all. We want to invite them to participate in our legacy board. And this board can only be successful if every single one of us take part and participate. And that's why I'm here making this plea. Remember now, we are here service above self. If you put aside $25 a day, of course, the $150, I mean a week, the $150 will seem small. Don't wait till the last minute. If the event is in April the 26th, but of course, we want all funds and all money sent at least the beginning of April. So you have 1 month to try to let's get the funds in to the corpus so that we can confirm the hotel. And this is an RCN initiative. And of course, we don't want to fall flat. We're not going to fall flat in our face, because I believe that every single one of you are going to live up to your commitment as a member of this great and dynamic club. The first club in the Bahamas. The first club in the Bahamas. That's the best. And we just celebrate it, don't we? We're going big and huge, man. We're going to celebrate it as being the first one, the historical event, and be a part of this historic journey. And we're going to make sure, come April the 26th, our board is going to be a dynamic one. Amen. Yes. Yes. But like everything, it has to be driven from us. And we have to be driven from us. Other clubs, we're getting support. Of course, we haven't garnered all of, the support from each one, each person. You see, and Sam made a point there. Sponsorship, of course. Those of you who are companies, those of you who know people who are companies. This is a great way for them to advertise. They can advertise in our booklet. We have a magazine that we compile right now. They can advertise in our booklet. Sheila, where can they go to purchase the ads for the booklet? Sheila? Sheila's having hearing from. Yes. Yes, I think it's info@rotary.org. Sheila, is that the site?
I have his email
address. Yeah, okay. Yes, for the ads. Okay. Yes. So it's on the newsletter. So the letter. Yeah, the letter that was sent to everyone. Check email. Yes, yes. Okay. So Lieutenant Deborah, she's going to put it in the chat. She's going to put it in the chat again. For us again, so that for everyone, we need everyone on board, every hands on deck. So again, you can take out a personal ad. I'll be taking out a personal ad for myself, so you can do one for yourself, you can do one for your business, and we have different sizes. And then, of course, companies who would want to advertise. Companies always looking for ways to advertise. And the Rotary family, because remember now, we have other guests. The Rotary family is a good environment. A good environment to advertise your business. Because Rotarians are made up mainly of business people. All right. So a number of business people looking at your ad in that magazine, man, that's good traction. I believe that even better than ZNS. Yeah. So you can be part of that. Okay. So you'll hear much more about that as we go on, because we really looking for a dynamic success. The deadline? Yeah, the deadline for funds, we're looking ambitiously at the 1st of April, the first week in April. The first week in April, we're looking for everything in, because we don't want to be a rush. And of course, those of you who have tickets, remember, we're offering either fish or chicken. We're offering either fish or chicken. Please let us know. Or those persons you are selling the tickets to, let us know which one of the meats that they choose, either fish or chicken. The fish is my man, and there's a breast. The chicken is the chicken breast. And when I spoke to the chef at British Colonial Friday, and he has assured me that it will be succulent. All right, he's assured me that. All right, so let us know exactly which one. We probably have to put in the chat as well, because we don't want people waiting for the last minute. All right, we don't want you waiting for the last minute, and we want to make sure that everyone's order is in hand. And of course, again, please let us know if you want to do a personal ad, you have an ad for your family. Yeah. Info at Rotary now, so on the bottom. Yeah, just look on the bottom of the letter, the donation for letter. Some people have already been asking, they want to send it to their companies. Some people want to send it to business people that they know, a great opportunity for them to advertise. and get some mileage as far as commercial is concerned for their business. Okay, so I think with that, Jamal, thanks so much. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. President. I see that we have reached the half-hour mark, so we want to give our guest speaker all the time that she needs within our time. You all can hear me, all right? Okay. So just before we call our guest speaker, though, I know that we had a number of infractions today. A number of persons came after the hour. Only because I can see her, of course, I'm gonna start with Dr. Adina and her guests. Yeah, that's why she should have been extra early. You know, party's over now. Debbie said you're gonna get Dr. Adina fine? Oh, was anyone notified of that? You were driving, watching? Oh my goodness, that's a double fine. Oh, okay. Thank you for that clarification. All right. But yet still, though, please put in the file, we need all we can get. All right. Jamie, I saw you came out after the hour again. I guess you have the same excuse. You always come with that excuse. So I guess you were watching Zoom first and you came here. So I'll save you from it, Jamie. That's your excuse again? No, we want you here, Jamie. So we'll just pay the fine, though. Thank you. All right, Owen. Owen, you were here on time. Very good. Is that a pin I see on the jacket, Owen? Is that the button? Okay, so you can definitely put in a fine for not having a pin today. Past President Jones, how are you looking? Have you have a pin? Which one? I think you came late today. Not so late? Okay. Past President Sam, okay. Okay, good. That's one to collect for us, please. Jamie, would you be so kind to collect for us, please? Boy, you can't say what your behavior is, but you can't put too much on your, I guess he model, she's wearing a pin. Yes, very good. All right, and Larry got a pen. Jermaine, you came late today, right? Raquel, you also came late. You come late, yeah. After the bell, anytime after the bell is late. You heard the bell? Okay. And I knew it was terrorist. I think you all came late as well. So we gotta find for each please. No change today. We don't have money for change. I'm not enough to tell. All right. All right. So we give our guests all the time. You'll ask that our partner, Raquel, to come and introduce our guests.
Good afternoon, Rotarians. Good afternoon, Rotarians and guests. Speaker for the day was born. She received her early education in the United Kingdom. She joined the office of the Attorney General in 1973 and was called to the Bahamas Bar in August of 1978. Over the years, she rose through the ranks to the post of Assistant Director of Legal Affairs, Secondary and Circuit as magistrate presiding over the first drug court in the Bahamas in the 1980s. She was also secondary circuit magistrate in the family and domestic courts. She returned to the office of the Attorney General as the Solicitor General in charge of the Criminal Division. In the year 2000, she joined Scotiabank as their Legal and Compliance Manager from the years 2000 to 2009. In 2012 to 2017, she returned to the office of the Attorney General as a consultant on the criminal side. In 2019, she joined the team at the Bahamas Crisis Center as the administrator and legal advisor and advocate for victims of gender-based violence. She has had a long and very recent exposure to speaking engagements. In 2023, she spoke at the Commonwealth Women's Affairs meeting and also International Day of Peace, Anti-Violence, Live in the United Kingdom. In 2024, the Judicial Training Center, Eugene, the Commonwealth Heads and Government Children, 2024 in Fiji. Ladies and gentlemen, please help me welcome our guest speaker today. This is Cleo Parker. Good afternoon, and thank you very much for that introduction. It's certainly a pleasure to be here this afternoon, sharing with you. And I would advise that my topic is talking about the crisis center and the services that we provide. Well, first of all, I'd just like to tell you that Dr. Sandra Harrison, she is the founder of the Bahamas Crisis Center. The Bahamas Crisis Center was founded in 2002. She saw the need as a young professional, and she started on this journey. And 42 years later, she is still the head of our Bahamas Crisis Center, and she is still fighting and advocating for victims of domestic violence and sexual abuse. Now, we at the Bahamas Crisis Center, we offer a number of services. We have a 24-hour hotline service. So it means that you can call the Bahamas Crisis Center at any time from anywhere with a problem, and someone will be at the end of that telephone to answer and address your concerns or problems, whatever it is. We have crisis counseling in person and also by Zoom. We have referrals coming from the police, SCAN, Parliament, and the Ministry of Health. And the process is when someone makes a complaint about concerning sexual assault, they first make the complaint to the police, who conducts an investigation. They are then referred to the SCAN, and then they are referred to the Bahamas Crisis Center for counseling. And we take them on, walk them through the dark days and nights. We also have, now, I just want to make this point before I proceed further, that while we are Bahamas Crisis Center, we were our name is Women's Crisis Center, but that was later changed to the Bahamas Crisis Center, and we also see men. We do have men as clients, not as many as women. I do not understand that. Men who are abused, whether it is physically or sexually, they tend not to want to talk about the problem or even disclose it. But we do cater to men. We also have a vibrant legal team at the Bahamas Crisis Center. And our team takes on for our clients. Our team, the legal team at the Bahamas Crisis Center, we represent our clients in court, in the magistrate's courts, and also in the Supreme Court. And mainly, these cases are for maintenance, where mothers are taking fathers to court, asking the court to intervene and to make maintenance orders in favor of their children. We also have the protection order. I don't know whether you've heard about that. That is where women who live in abusive situations and they want intervention, they want to leave, and they can approach the court for the court to make this order to protect them. And a protection order is just the court saying to someone, a man who's abusing a woman, cannot go within 500 feet, cannot go to a job, cannot go to a home, cannot threaten, that sort of stuff. And if in the event the person, usually it is a man, if in the event there is a breach of that order, then it means the court attaches a penal notice, meaning that if you break the order, breach the order, you will then go to prison for 2 years or more. The maximum time is 3 years. If the court can certainly make that that order. And a lot of women are coming forward and speaking out about the abuse. And what you would see is that women go through abusive situations for over a period of time. The pattern appears to be that, well, you're in an abusive relationship, you complain, you go to the police, but yet you go and return home. And there are many factors why women who are in abusive relationships return to these abusive relationships. And it is in our research that a woman leaves a relationship about 8 times. She leaves, she goes back, she leaves, she goes back 8 times before she eventually leaves for good. And so that really is not a good picture. But unfortunately, we will sit back who are not in these situations and say, well, why are you going back? Why don't you leave? That's all very easy for us who are not involved to say. But there are many factors that go into these things. There are many financial. There's a home. Women don't have anywhere to go. Some of them, and you must remember, many of them are unemployed. And sometimes those who are unemployed is either you can't find a job or that there are children involved and you have to stay home and look after your children, the housekeeper. So all of these factors are taken into account. We must take all of these factors into account. When we sit back in our comfortable homes, listen and hear the stories, and we say, why don't she leave? Why is she going back? And of course, the police are frustrated because you go and make a complaint, they conduct investigations, and eventually charge this man, puts him before the court, and the next thing you know, she withdraws the case. Now, that happens quite often, and you would imagine why police officers are sometimes frustrated after they've done all the work, and the women withdraw the cases. And again, there are many factors. It could be that finance, it could be you don't have nowhere to go, it could be your children. Who wants to be on the streets? Even though we know women who leave, who are put out in the dead of the night, and who sleep in their cars, who sleep on the beach, who sleep right up here by the bridge, that large parking lot, and it's well lit. There's a family of a woman and her children who sleeps in a car there. So there are many factors involved in these situations. So apart from the legal aid that we provide, there's also the rape and domestic violence advocacy, well, which means that we're out there teaching and preaching as we call it. So we go out to schools, we go out to clubs, we go out to institutions, churches, and we're making people aware of the situation concerning rape and sexual offenses, domestic violence, etc. And we talk about it, we educate them as to what it is, what constitutes rape. And that's another topic that we have to talk about, because there's this question of marital rape that we can't seem to wrap our heads around and get the law passed. So we educate, we agitate on behalf of victims. We approach government agencies and ask and pressure for changes in the law. And we have done that for over many years, many seasons. And I'll give you an example. Some years ago, prior to the sexual offenses, sexual offenses in domestic violence, 1990, I believe it was, incest was not an offense. And so, and it's only in recent times, after much agitation, that incest is now an offense. And we all know what incest is, right? It is where blood relations, a father has sex with his daughters, father, a brother, uncle, where you are blood related, having sexual relations with the member of your family. It is a problem, it was a problem, and it's still a problem. You would have read in the newspapers in recent times of conviction of a father who was convicted. But we agitated for a change in the law, and it was eventually passed. So that was the effects of incest. And now, like marital rape, spousal rape, we're agitating about that because we see it in our work, we see it in the work that we do, that husbands rape wives. But I say, before I move on, the only thing I will say in relation to that is where there are broken relationships. Where you have broken relationships, this type of behavior seems prevalent. But where you are existing in a loving relationship, the question of rape does not arise. So we are still out there agitating, educating, and speaking to the church in particular about the importance of marital rape. We also have at the Crisis Center a school outreach program. And what we have found is that the women who counsel their children, that their children are affected. And a lot of people think, okay, well, yes, the children don't understand, they didn't see, they only heard, or they heard, they don't know. But really, children who are exposed to violence are affected by it. You see it in their behavior, you see it in their schoolwork, you see it in the relationships that they have with others. And so we provide this outreach program, children who are exposed to violence, and we get them through the guidance counselors from various schools, and they are referred to us. And we have a number of licensed therapists who conduct these outreach programs for us. In addition to that, we have a literacy program, because again, these children who are exposed to violence, they have difficulties in learning. They can't read, they can't write, they can't do the basic things that they do at school, learn at school, or should be learning at school. And so we have a program where the children come to us three afternoons a week. And we have that program run by two retired teachers. And they look after these children. They help them with basic English, maths, spelling, etc. And we provide a lunch for them, snacks, and before they return home. But we also have the program running in two government schools, Cleveland Ignis and the one on Wolf Road there, the big one on Wolf Road, Stephen Miller there. So the teachers go there. And the groups, we try to keep the groups not big, but 20 children, so that it doesn't become unmanageable, with the large children and these children who are distracted in the first place. We try to keep it small so that the teachers can manage and see results. And I can tell you that we have had some very good and successful stories coming out of these groups with the children who are doing extra classes after school. So it is really a wonderful program. It's for our literacy program. And we cater to children mainly who've been exposed to violence, all of the clients, the children of our clients. So we do a number of things. We have therapists, as I told you. We have two attorneys who are full-time on our volunteer staff. And let me just make that point. All of the persons who are engaged, the services at the crisis center, they are all volunteers. We're a nonprofit, so we don't have that kind of money. So we do get a stipend from the government on a yearly basis, and we do get grants and donations from various groups in the community, and we've been the recipient of grants from Rotary. Thank you for that. So the issues that we are concerned with, intimate partner violence, and just to tell you, we're in the process now of compiling a booklet of photographs of some of our clients who would allow us just to show the kind of injuries women suffer from. And I know that you're having our lunch, but there was somebody the other day who used a box cover. You know the box cover is? And they used it on their part. Lift open the head. She put her hands up like that. And it's just terrible. And so the other case that we had is where someone would chain the partner to the bed with tie straps, you know, those plastic tie straps. I use them outside on the fence. Well, this person would have her hands and legs tied, the tie straps, and the partner will go off to work for the day and just leave her there locked in the house. So there's a lot of cruelty. It's a lot of abuse that goes on in our community, and we want to highlight them, not to inflame anyone, but to make you aware of what is happening locally to women and children in our community. And as a group, the Crisis Center, we stand to represent and to plead the causes of all of these women and children who are being abused. Some of the other things that we deal with, apart from rape and incest, is sexual harassment. We have sexual harassment mainly in offices, in the workplace. people who have, men and women who have relationship problems, there are family problems, behavioral problems for children. And also, we have a small committee dealing with human trafficking. And you see the adverts. I don't see them around here too often, but certainly when you travel. I traveled last week and I went into the ladies' bathroom. And I noticed they had all of the posters advising people of human trafficking and what to look for. And a new thing that we haven't been talking about, but we see it on the rise, is elder abuse, where elderly people are being abused by family members. You know, they're the persons who've got the money, the pension and cash, and they are being abused by younger members of the family. So that is something that we really need to zero in on, and we've only just started the work in relation to elder abuse, but that's very, very important. And you know, we're all going to get older day by day, and so we have to be prepared and make sure that our loved ones will be responsible and taking care of us and ensuring that we have a good life until we are called home. So what we are after is, we have a mission statement, and what we want is to see a Bahamas free of violence. A Bahamas free of violence. And all the work that the Crisis Center is involved with, it is taking steps towards a free, Bahamas free of violence. Now, the objectives of the center is to promote the safety and healing of survivors of gender-based violence and child abuse. So we are located here in Nassau, but we have the outreach in the Family Islands. In particular, we have a connection with Abaco. We can use Zoom. Since COVID and the era of Zoom, we can take on Zoom cases, and that is what some of our therapists do, take on Zoom cases from the Family Islands. So we have a line, a telephone line that is dedicated to that. And so I would say to you, thank you for the work that we do. And we have had the project where we collaborated with, I'm sure it's this club that Mike is a part of.
Mike Wilson.
Oh, okay then. So, I thought, because I came here one time with him, what's Mike's son? Russell. Yes.
They also do that as well.
Oh, okay. Okay, yes, okay, so, oh. I know they're not so rich, right? So, we did the Champion of Peace, that pilot project with them in the schools, last year, which was again a very successful one. So we're collaborating with people like the Rotary and other institutions, getting the word out there, spreading the word about violence, and just advocating for a free Bahamas, a Bahamas free from violence. As you read the papers, look at social media, you can see that it's all around us. And this isn't just a problem for the police. And we can't rely on the police to do it all. They cannot. We as a community have to come together, and we have to face the question of violence in our country. What are we going to do? We have to do something. And every day we have to think about it and take baby steps, if not big steps, towards freeing our Bahamas of violence. I don't know how much time I have, but I will stop there. And if there are any concerns or questions, I saw the president standing up, so that's just my view, Sergeant.
Well, we do have our past president, Councilor, thank you. Just before she does, what I would say, is that any questions that, well, for Ms. Christie, hopefully she has maybe a few minutes after the meeting, and you can speak to her afterwards.
I'd like to just say, Ms. Christie, for those of you who has been a very revered prosecutor in this country for a long, long time. And she has been a prosecutor, I mean, a type of drug dealer, where other magistrates wouldn't prosecute drug dealers and so forth. She stuck her neck on the line. Quite sure she paid them for that. But I'm just happy to see that we're still asking the application for better perhaps.
Shut up.
So in interest of time, we won't entertain any questions, but we will ask if anyone has any questions, to please, if Mrs. Christie has some time after the meeting, we can ask her those questions. We always give our speakers a certificate, and so our team will make sure that that certificate is forwarded to you. But on behalf of the Rotary Club of Nassau, President Wayne Miller, members of our board, and all of our members, we'd like to say thank you, Mrs. Christie, for all of your hard work and the work that you do now with the Crisis Center. I'd like to put out a plea to all of us that violence is something that sometimes we joke about in our daily speak. And I want to encourage us to stop laughing at certain things. I've heard men say, boy, I'll slap her right down, and we laugh at it. It's not funny. When I hear people doing it, or saying it, I always say to them, that's not funny, you think you're joking. So I think we need to start with stuff like that, and even with our children. I know someone every day, there's some noise coming from their house towards their children or to their husband. And sometimes it's abusive language. So I think we just need to all start there, like telling children as a crack is still open and stuff like that. Like, I think we just need to stop it there and really be serious that if we know something, let's stop. Let's stop it. Like, let's talk about it. Let's make it more. But thank you, Mrs. Christie, for what you represent and all that you've done. Clearly, you've poured your life and your time into this body of important work because people are suffering and struggling, men and women. I think sometimes we think it's just women, but it's men too. They're dealing with abusive partners who are mean or mean-spirited towards them. So thank you very much for all of you.
Thank you, President Raquel. Well, Rotarians and guests, that brings to a conclusion. We will then close
The four-way test.
four-way test.
Me?
Yeah.
We don't have it.
President Sheila,
Yeah.
all the other titles to lead us in that four-way test.
Yes, please stand and join me in the four-way test. Say all good.
Is it fair to all?
Is it fair to all concerned? Will it be goodwill? Will it be
Will it be fun?
will it be fun?
And I will ask then, we have the auditors. We will ask Rotarian, Owen, you know, the auditors first, please.
Please join me in the toast. Rotary around
Rotary around the world.
Around the world.
Have a great week, everybody.
Thank you. Thanks, everyone. Have a good day.
Good day.
Good day.
Good day.